Traversing into the darkness, we continue in this Elite Four challenge. The fourth member of the Elite Four. I am Karen of the Elite Four. Your DeoGenZ? How amusing. I love Dark-type Pokemon. I find their wild, tough image to be so appealing, and they're so strong. Think you can take them? Just try to entertain me. Let's go! So she's very confident that she can beat us. Ha! Well, let's get to the point here, Karen. Your dark types are no match for my team. What levels did... Oh my goodness, that hurts. Her Umbreon evolved before mine. It likes her better. But I bet it likes my Raichu even more! Chew, you pervert, you. Your infatuation keeps... most attackers at bay, but this dark-type Pokemon has no soul, apparently. Well, how about a kiss? Will that help you in your infatuation? If not, it'll confuse you and give you... two barriers of attack to work through. Now it's my turn to wage some attacks, like Thunder Shock, which, if I'm lucky, you could be paralyzed from too. Come on, you know you love me. It launched a counter Confuse Ray. Now what I thought was faces actually chicks. I can't believe I never saw that in the first place. I will have to fight through confusion, but thankfully not attraction, because infatuation is a horrible stat. Although Umbreon has ignored it each time, these are great barriers to put up against the Elite Four, especially when you're not running on pure power. Note, I never even got Thunderbolt for my Raichu here. Might be a mistake. But you know you love me because you can't attack. And so far, his confusion has not done any damage to me. Oh, and a critical hit. So, you know, maybe I should warn people, get stronger moves than what I entered in with. But for the most part, you're going to want to use things like Poison Powders, Toxics. Any paralysis stat can come in handy, not only because it can disable your opponent from attacking one turn, it also makes them slower, which is very excellent for anyone like Raichu here, which is hefty, and probably not big on speed. Although that might not be true, because it was a Pikachu previously, so it could have gotten high speed stats back then, but something like a Snorlax, for example, if you had some way like a Paralyze Wave on your opponent, your Snorlax would get the upper hand in speed most likely, so long as it's equally matched in levels, or even higher. And Chew was underleveled for that fight, so it proves the potential of these attack disabling moves and battle displacers. But like on every sub-type enemy, like Vileplume here, which is kind of weird. I didn't think Vileplume was a dark type so much as it was a grass poison. But I know it's a grass, and it's weak to my fire attacks. Equally matched in level. That battle montage we went on was absolutely necessary. If we didn't, we might be at weaker standpoints here. But instead we grow in level. And Mr. Poof is chugging along too. Gengar! My favorite Pokemon. This was my favorite Pokemon of the entire series until Deoxys came about. And I absolutely love this sprite. This is the sprite that I fell in love with in the first place, before they started making Gengar look so goofy and fat. Yeah, he's pretty huge here, but he's more menacing. Ooh, and before we could even put damage on him, he cut his own HP. Let's see if that worked out for him. Nope, not so much, especially with a critical hit. Another interesting thing is Gengar is Ghost Poison. She's more of like a Koga trainer than she is a dark type. She had Umbreon, that's a dark type, but Vileplume and Gengar are subtype poison, not dark. But you know, back in the day it didn't matter. They looked dark enough to me. Oh, Murkrow, dark flying. That's totally under her genre. But that Gengar looked so menacing back then. And unless you have a proper move, ghost move, psychic move, or dark move to take it out fast, it's could be a problem for your team. But it looked like a dark type, didn't it? After that, the Pokemon Company kind of made it... Ooh, that was a strong feint attack. Kind of made it look a lot chubbier, more approachable. In this game, it was just menacing as hell. And I always thought of Gengar by watching the shows. Yes, Strength is not a rock-type move, but screw it, rocks should be super effective, yes! It's not normal effective, but still. I remember seeing Gengar on the Johto series when Ash had to face it during the gym battle with Morty. And the fact that it could morph into walls and just become invisible, it's like, how does this thing ever get hit? How do you train a Gengar poorly so it can't reach its full potential of evading every single move that's out there? I seriously was under the impression that that was slightly possible. You can't flamethrower us when we're underground! And it's super effective. This is Houndoom, also a dark fire type. Very awesome sprite in this game as well. I mean, this is obviously the first game it appeared in, but it looks like it means business. It really brings the doom, and damn, that flamethrower is powerful. I'm gonna just wager more damage on it. I don't want to waste paralysis here. Because if it got that flamethrower off, I'm sure Chabak would have been charred. Oh, but it's gonna happen anyway. You did well, Chabak. Man, this trainer is really knocking out a few of my key players here. So let's insult her by taking her out with a tackle. I should have seen that coming. Let's see how much... Oh, it doesn't even hit. Mr. Poof was thrown off his game too. He was like, oh, I thought you were going to die! I don't want to be burned! I don't want to be a cooked poof seed! Like cooked sunflower seeds. But let's see fire fight fire in the epic last match, so we can continue on. Because remember, this may be the last Elite Four member, but there is a champion of the Johto and Kanto region we must face. That's what I love about Typhlosion. It is completely like an explosion type of volcano, shaking the ground in its wake of fiery hell. It causes tremors in its rage explosions for victory. That's why I love Typhlosion. You may have started with a different Pokemon, but if you did, I feel sorry for you, because Typhlosion really helps out here. Being a fire type with a ground move to resist other fire types, and then be super effective against them. That is a efficient strategy to win. Strong Pokemon. Weak Pokemon. That is only the selfish perception of people. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with their favorites. I like your style. You understand what's important. Go on. The champion is waiting.